Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I've got a new job recently and work's been kind of overloading me, but I got a new position at my job already and it's going to make making videos a lot easier, but I'm sure you guys already saw the title of this video, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So, there it is. This is the 2021 Honda Rubicon 520S. So we'll do just kind of like a little walk around here. It's a really nice ATV, really nice. I've always been a fan of Honda, always have been. Rubicon always being my favorite ATV, always wanted to own one. As you guys know, I've owned the Honda Foreman, the 500, the red one, and it's been a pretty good machine. It has, and I miss it a lot. So seeing this and having this is just really refreshing. So obviously this is, like I said, this is the standard shift, so it's just got the toe shifter, but it does have power steering. So obviously it's 4x4. So sorry. So we got full drive right here. Hit that, and you got your diff lock. And this is brand new out of the crate, brand spanking new. No hours or nothing on it. See, we got 1 mile, well, 1.3 miles, 0.7 hours. So this machine has nothing on it. It's literally like brand spanking new. So kind of what happened was I went up to the Power Sports dealer to pick up the studs for the Can-Am, because I guess I should update you guys on that as well, since I haven't made a video in a while. The Can-Am is currently down right now because I went to go change the brakes on it, and I ended up breaking a wheel stud by accident. So I had to go buy 4 new wheel studs. So I went to go pick those up. They didn't have them. So I started looking around their showroom and I saw this. And, like I said, I've always wanted to get a Rubicon. Always wanted to get a Rubicon. And like I said, I'm just so glad that I got this opportunity. Now, I need to go through and I need to preface kind of like a little story here. This was not a split-second decision. It wasn't. Just because this particular machine was there doesn't mean that this was, it looks good, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. No. I have thought about this for well over a year. And we've had a couple machines in mind. We had the Renegade 570, which I'm probably still going to get in the future just as a project bike to mess around with, probably to replace the 570 that I have now when it actually, stops working. And then I also thought about the Can-Am Maverick XMR side-by-side, but side-by-sides tear up too much crap, and I am not a side-by-side guy whatsoever, ATV person all the way. Then I thought about the Yamaha Kodiak, the Kodiak 450. And I know that, I believe the YouTuber's name was Jason. That I could be wrong about, but I think his name was Jason. But I know he's had a lot of issues with it and stuff like that. And I mean, he beats his machines kind of like I do. So, now, that's not to say that the Kodiak isn't a terrible machine. Maybe he just got unfortunate with it. But at the same time, they don't build them like they used to. Like, the Grizzly 450 was one hell of a machine. It always was, but But anyway, so I had all those in mind, and I had the Honda Rubicon. Not the Foreman, the Rubicon, because this one's got, obviously, the all-wheel independent suspension, and its ground clearance is pretty stupid for being stock. It's pretty high off the ground, honestly. So, obviously, it's going to need a better set of tires, but this is not going to be like a dedicated mud bike. It might become that in the later future, but as for right now, probably going to get like a slightly bigger tire size, probably about 26s for now. Maybe a snorkel, and that's about all it's going to get. I'm not going to do gear reduction. I'm not going to do, pull the rat out. I'm not going to do any of that, because that's not what this bike is going to be for. This is going to be more of a trail bike, and it's also going to be kind of like a secondary bike in case, a family member or someone wants to come with me. So let's go ahead and go over some of the bike's features. It doesn't have really a whole lot because, like I said, this isn't the deluxe edition with the DCT, and the reason I didn't get that is because I know for a fact that the DCT sucks and it doesn't shift when it's supposed to. I do know that you get the extra low range in it, but as far as I know, it only really works with the automatic. So I could be wrong about that. Someone could, try to correct me on it, but it's whatever. But this is just typical Honda. So you obviously have this storage in the back, which is sucks. We all know that this is terrible. Not watertight whatsoever. Only really used for like tow straps. Then we got one storage compartment up here, which does fit my phone. I have an LG Stylo 6, and it's a pretty big phone, and it fits in there. And I'm pretty sure I can fit my wallet and stuff in there too. It's got another one here up front, which is kind of small, but I think I can fit my tripods and stuff in there and GoPros. So no issue there. The gas tank, I've seen some other reviews on this quad, and I haven't actually looked at the spec sheet, but from what I've seen, it's 3.2 gallons or 3.5, somewhere in that margin. I know it's a 520cc motor, and I know it puts out 27 horsepower, and I believe it was 26 pound-feet of torque. That I could be a little bit wrong about too, but the ground clearance, I don't know exactly what its ground clearance is. If I had to take a shot in the dark, maybe about 11 inches. I know Honda probably listed it lower than that, but I do know that this has more ground clearance than the Can-Am 570 does. And the stock 570 does have 10.5 inches of ground clearance because I measured it. So, but overall, like I said, I'm very, very happy with it. Looks very nice. Obviously, I haven't ridden it far at all. It hasn't even seen the trail yet. It's only been around the block. So, and it sounds really nice, and it's obviously really quiet. So now this also obviously is fuel injected. Thank God, because that was one of the things that really was annoying beyond imagination with my old Foreman, because whenever you run through water and stuff like that, I mean, the thing would just just bog down and just eat crap, and it was just ridiculous. So that's to say that, I mean, it's still, the Foreman was still a really great quad, and like I said, I miss it a ton, and I just I just can't get over how glad I am to have the opportunity to be able to get my hands on this Honda. Now, like I said, this is not replacing the Can-Am in any way, shape, or form. That's not happening. The Can-Am's going nowhere. I'm going to run that thing into the ground until it breaks, or if I get bored of it and I decide to start another project, which is going to be another Can-Am to replace it. But I can already tell that a lot of people are going to be really upset with me that I bought a Honda. Some of the Can-Am guys are going to be really upset with me that I bought a Honda. But like I said, you have to understand, Can-Am is not reliable as Honda. Can-Am is super fun. I enjoy it, and my bike is not bad. If you take care of anything, it'll last you. But I can beat on a Honda, and I can beat on a Can-Am, and the Honda is just going to take more abuse. It's going to take it, and it's going to brush it off. They always have. You'll have your defective models here and there. I know a lot of people in my other comment section have said, like, oh, my buddy had a Honda Rancher or a Honda Foreman and quit working after its first few days, or it's been in the shop 1,900 times. Well, it's like I said, this one may have to go back because I know the four-wheel drive switch. Someone needs to confirm this for me because I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to activate pretty quickly, and it doesn't. So I've already pressed the switch, and it's not, clearly it's not doing anything. I mean, you can even hit the diff lock, and it's not, nothing's happening. So now you can hear it. You can hear the motors and stuff going in the four-wheel drive. I don't know if you just have to drive it and then it clicks into gear. I don't know if that's how it works. I'm thinking that's maybe the way it needs to go, because the Can-Am does tend to do that sometimes. But I did have it in four-wheel drive diff lock earlier. I just test it out to make sure it works, and it does. Turns like hell, and but back to the main point though. This thing might have to go back for that. There are defects. My uncle has a 2005 Rancher 400. It's got that automatic transmission and stuff in it. I mean, it's great quad. When he first bought it, couldn't get it out of second gear. I mean, it literally got stuck in second gear, and they had to take it back. And once they took it back and got that fixed, never had a problem with it since. It happens. You're gonna get a defect every now and again, But it's like I said, even if you don't get a defect, you still have those common problems. And with Can-Am in particular, I just, I burned through brakes. I have to replace my brakes every like 4 or 5 rides, which is just insane. The front shocks break on it, which is just ridiculous. But those are really its only 2 problems. Other than that, I feel like it's a pretty good quad, but I mean, still, that doesn't warrant me a reason to have 2 Can-Ams. I'd have 1. I don't have a problem with that, but I'd not have 2. I want to have something that I can rely on, that I know is going to work whenever I need it to. And that's where this Honda comes in. Is it as fast? No. I think it tops out at 55 miles an hour. Or 50 miles an hour, sorry. Is it as fun? Well, I don't know about that, because, I mean, this thing has a lot more torque than what the Foreman did. Now, the Foreman was pretty good, and most mud holes I can hit in, in second gear. Literally. I could hit any mud hole I wanted. Now, granted, it was on 25-inch tires, and it was basically all stock, but I could still hit mud holes pretty quick if I wanted to, and it was not a slow bike. This thing feels a heck of a lot more powerful. Like, there's, I'm not going to say there's no comparison, because, it still feels close, but I mean, you can tell that it's easily more powerful. So, once again, I just want people to understand the reason why I bought another Honda, because I need something that's just more reliable. And, there were Polarises up there. There were the Polaris 450, Polaris 570. I'll try to put a picture up if I can. And if you look over to the very far right, you'll actually see this machine. But they're nice bikes. I know Polarises are really, really fun, but I'm not a big fan of their reliability either. I think their reliability sucks. There are some that are built like tanks, but it just seems like for some reason, every time I turn around, it seems like they're always breaking. Not quite as much as Can-Am, but still. And then I don't like the way their bottom end torque works. I mean, they got a lot of it once you get moving, but trying to get off the line sucks. Like, I rode a Scrambler one time, 1000. So help me God, if I didn't have to press that throttle almost all the way down to get that thing to go forward. And I don't know if it was just that one, but I mean, good God, that was terrible. This jumps right off the line. It feels like it's got a whole bunch of power in pretty much any range you need it to. So, it still bogs down. Like, you can put it in 5th gear and try to go, and it's not going to do it. But I mean, and obviously you have Kawasaki, which I don't touch Kawasaki. Their motorcycles are good. Their ATVs, they're bland beyond imagination. They only have really one, and that's the Brute Force 750. Of course, you do have the Brute Force 300, which is a really good quad. I know a lot of people, buy that quad for their kids and stuff like that, but, But then, I keep coming back to Honda every time because of the reliability. I mean, you can't beat Honda's reliability. You just can't. They're not as fun. They're not as fast. But they will last you, forever for the most part. And that's probably the most important thing. And that's the main reason that I bought this Honda. That's why. Because I need something that I can rely on, that I can go to when the Can-Am is broken, so I don't have to waste multiple weekends trying to get it fixed, yada, yada, yada. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this walk around. I know it was just mostly of me talking basically the entire time, but there's still some stuff I need to learn about this, because obviously this is different than what my Honda was, because, mine was from 2005, this is 2021. I mean, this is literally 16 years newer, so that says a lot. That said, I feel like it's going to be a pretty good addition to my fleet. I really do. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you guys like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, all that other junk. And then you got to hit that bell because, YouTube's dumb. Uh, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm still gonna be making videos. I know I haven't uploaded in like a month, I know, but um, I'm still around. Just know that. That said, though, videos are going to slow down badly, like I said before, because this is winter time, and I don't like riding in the winter, especially when it's just cold, because there's no point. Um, in the snow is fun, but when it's just cold, I mean, that just sucks. Especially when you get mud and stuff on everything, and you can't really wash it because it's gonna freeze if you do. Because I don't really have a heated. Well, okay, I do have a heated garage, but I don't want to get the floor and stuff soaked because I have wood and stuff, on the sides, so I don't really want to do that. But yeah, so stay safe, ride safe, and uh, don't don't crash.